The Florida Panthers season came to an end last week after getting swept by the Tampa Bay Lightning. A sad end of the year does not fully represent what this year meant to this team and to this fan base. The Panthers came into the season after losing the first round of the 2021 playoffs to the eventual Stanley Cup champions, the Tampa Bay Lightning. The goal coming into this year was to become a team to be taken seriously and to at least try to get out of the first round. The expectations at the start of the year were not to make the NHL Finals, but it wasn't impossible to envision it. The Panthers started out the season as the last remaining undefeated team in the NHL, and that's when the vibe quickly started to change. This team had speed, aggression, and a real knack for putting the puck in the back of the net. All was going well for the Panthers until news came out about sexual assault allegations going on within the Chicago Blackhawks team during the 2010 NHL season, and it was deemed coach Joel Quenneville failed to act, which was followed by Coach Q resigning from the Florida Panthers team. This was a huge shock to a Panthers team and fans and left the team looking for someone to fill his shoes. The man chosen for this task was 19-year NHL veteran and Florida Panthers assistant coach Andrew Burnett. Andrew Burnett did a great job leading the Panthers the rest of the way, ultimately leading to the Panthers getting into the playoffs as the President's Trophy winners as the best team in hockey. The excitement in days leading up to Game 1 of the first round series against the Washington Capitals was real. This team had the talent to go all the way, and with talent alone, this team was the favorite to lift the Stanley Cup trophy for the first time in team history. But then it was time to start the series. Getting to the arena for Game 1, the atmosphere in the arena was odd. In last year's opening round matchup against the Tampa Bay Lightning, the energy in the air was of pure jubilation. There was no expectation for this team going into that series, and as COVID started to die down for the first time, people were ready to have a good time and see what the Panthers could do. This time, though, there was expectations. Fans had watched this team regularly stroll through opponents and on multiple occasions witnessed this team come back from 2, 3, and even 4 goal deficits. These expectations led to a rather awkward atmosphere. We have never been here before. Should we be confident? Should we be nervous? We are the best team in hockey, right? These conflicting thoughts were with the fans and were clearly being shared by the players on the ice. These same players that led the team to the best regular season in team history, one of the best in NHL history, looked nervous. The pressure of the President's Trophy seemed to be bothering like it had so many teams in the last 10 years, with only one team, that being the 2012-2013 Chicago Blackhawks, being able to lift the trophy at the end of the year. With the Cats going into the third period 2-1, these nerves resulted in the Cats dropping the first game of the series 4-2. This time, they were the team that allowed a comeback. They were the team left asking the question, how did this happen? So after falling down 1-0 in the series, the Panthers had a lot to do, and they responded by putting up 5 goals in Game 2 and even the series at 1. The nerves subsided for a little bit, but they were certainly not gone. The Panthers then went on the road to get humiliated in Game 3, allowing 6 goals and looking lost in so many ways. This was not the team that put up 122 points in the regular season, a team that truly bullied their way to the number 1 overall seed. This was simply bad. The team did rebound though. On the back of Carter Verhaeghe, the team muscled out 3 wins in a row to make it out of the first round for the first time since their lone Stanley Cup appearance in 1996, and for most of us, the first time in our lifetimes. This turnaround and the happiness that was felt by it was very short-lived, as the Panthers lost in 4 games in the second round to the Tampa Bay Lightning for the second year in a row. All of the shortcomings of the team in the first round series were only exposed even further by the back-to-back champs. One of the best offensive teams in league history managed to convert only 1 of their 31 power play opportunities, only scored 3 goals in 4 games against an injured Tampa Bay Lightning team, and saw their 2 best players of Jonathan Huberdeau and Sasha Barkov put up only 3 goals between the 2 of them in the entire playoffs. So what went wrong for this team? What caused the best team this franchise has ever been able to build together to fail so ceremoniously? The biggest blunt of the blame goes to former head coach Joel Quenneville. His failure to act when one of his own players was being sexually assaulted came to bite him 11 years later as he walked away from his head coaching duties with disgrace. This led to assistant coach Andrew Burnett taking over a job he was not ready for. He was able to lead this team to the best record in the NHL off the little experience he did have and the massive group of talent he had at his disposal, but it was not enough once the playoffs came around. Burnett can be a good coach one day, but the time was clearly not now. All the little issues with his team were exposed by 2 veteran teams once they got to the postseason. Where does the team go from here? The team only has $4 million in current cap space and has 3 big players facing free agency with Mason Marchment and the 2 deadline acquisitions of Claude Giroux and Ben Sherratt. Even bigger than that will be deciding who takes the permanent job of head coach, as interim head coach Andrew Burnett will likely be walking away. It appears that John Tortorella, Bruce Boudreau, and Barry Trotz are all seen as top candidates for this job. So, with all that being said, is this season a failure? A season where the highs of the regular season quickly came crashing down once reaching the postseason? In short answer, absolutely not. This team gave a fan base in Sunrise, Florida something to be excited about. This fan base had something it had not seen for the better part of this century: hope. Hope that the men on the ice could not only make the playoffs, but could vision those same men lifting the cup at the end of the year. While they may not have lifted the cup, the hope will not dwindle away. This group of talent should mostly stay together, with Barkov, Huberdeau, Reinhart, Bennett, and Ekblad all signed at least through next year. With those guys getting the experience they did this year, as well as bringing in a more qualified coach, I am excited for what this team can do next year and for the years to follow. Thank you all for watching.